Hello again. Uh, Fifth update. Uh, had my 2-month appointment today. Everything's ticking and going well, just as well I figured. Um, Now instead of having me come back next month, they're having me come back in 2 months. So I guess we're starting to see more of things kind of falling into place. Also today, I just turned in all my paperwork, paid off whatever I had to do to submit my formal name change. So they said about 2 weeks minimum average. I should be uh, getting the AOK back. So hopefully here about next month I'll have my name legally changed, which is this is very exciting. Uh, I guess updates about things that I'm going through. Couple took me a minute to notice. A couple my friends had to let me know about. Obviously, my voice has dropped probably almost an octave since when I first started. Even my doctor mentioned such. That's been probably the most noticeable feature that I've been in the past 2 months. Uh, then right around my face area is starting to kind of get a little swelly and squishy, which is, your body's going through changes and it doesn't know really how to respond to it. So it kind of treats it almost like an injury, because the hormones are going to obviously make your face more angular. It's going to change kind of how like things kind of sit on you, especially with like your muscle, the way your bones sit. Nothing drastic, but enough that your body does notice it. So especially like your jawline is going to be changing, and so the body's like, I don't know what's going on. What how and they're just going to throw excess fluid to it, like kind of like an injury. You always get a little bit more fluid buildup in that area. So right now my face is getting stop cat. My face is getting kind of swole. If you okay, my face is kind of getting swollen from it retaining water, which is very normal. So be prepared to kind of get a little chunky when you first start. Like from my last visit, probably in the past 2 months, I've gained about 20 pounds. Now I haven't really noticed my waistline or anything getting chunkier, so I'm really hoping that it's just muscle mass that I'm gaining. Since muscle does weigh more than fat. Uh, so there's been that. I said my friends are the ones that had to notice my face more, especially because my one friend has known other trans guys and seen the process all the way through, where most of my friends that I met either were already further along into it than, just starting out. And more, I guess I can quantify as more not safe for work stuff to talk about. Because of hormones, your body is going through multiple changes, not just physiological. Um, One thing that's going to happen too is one thing I've noticed is that my breast tissue is kind of reduced a little bit. Not like I was really sporting anything large, but I have noticed that my breast tissue has gotten a little bit more. They've gotten a little smaller, and I don't know if it's just from the muscle buildup and it's burning the fat off of it, or it's just naturally kind of, I guess, lack of a better word, deflating. Also, I have completely stopped having a period, which I was surprised was going to happen that soon in the process of everything. Because at my 1 month appointment, my doctor was like, where are you in your cycle? I was like, well, at the time I had my period. Sorry, my cat's being weird. I had my period about a few days after my initial visit with them to start hormones. And he goes, and also I was like, so that technically should be coming up about now. And he was like, you're probably not going to get any more. And I was like, no. Like, I didn't figure a month into it I wasn't going to be I was going to just not be on a period anymore. Here I am 2 months later, and since the last time I talked to him, I have not had a period. Granted, um, you will still get phantom pains because your body's kind of like, hello, I'm still down here. uh, Especially with me because I do have endometriosis and I also have polycystic ovarian syndrome because of it. So my pains were always abnormally painful, just excruciating. So, and I still definitely get that feeling occasionally because my pain happened more than just on my period. So I do get a little phantom pain. It's nothing super painful. It's more like pre-crampy kind of pain. Just a little bit of just like almost tummy, upset kind of pain. Also, I said they even get more super not safe for work and personal. If you didn't know before, then you're gonna know now that you will have clitoral enlargement because of the hormones. Your body's kind of like, well, you have all this testosterone, but you kind of don't have a dick. So I'm gonna put all this like extra shit to go toward your clitoris. So you will get clitoral enlargement, which I'm not one to really look at my junk very often. Uh, so at the 1 month appointment, he's like, "Well, have you noticed that if you've got started getting clitoral enlargement?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe." And then I went home. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And of course, 2 months along, like it's definitely a lot more noticeable. Because I did discuss with him. I was like, I heard that on hormones, you get enough clitoral enlargement that you can get what is quantified as a micropenis. He goes, that is fairly common. So do look forward to that because that's going to happen. And with me personally, it's affected me more sexually, if you can say it that way, because your cat, your body, like I said, is going through changes. Than I said for like the upteenth time, but it's becoming a lot more sensitive because it's gotten enlarged, and it's nothing like crazy. Like I'm not sitting there with like a third finger. Third finger. You're distracting me. God, sorry. This little Satan child is being very up in my shit. Um, but it's just definitely doubled in size, I guess you can say. So it's it's gotten more sensitive because of it. So you've kind of had to like learn to kind of work with what you got now. But outside that, I haven't had any other kind of physiological or mental changes. I have noticed that me just going through the process of just everything kind of falling in line with the hormones and the doctor appointments, and now with my name change and stuff, that my anxiety has kind of gotten less because I've always had really bad anxiety, like every anxiety, social anxiety, phone anxiety, every anxiety. I'm just a very anxious person, and it's always was onset by depression. So when I got really anxious, I got really depressed, and now, not saying it's magically cured or anything, but it hasn't been fluctuating as bad. I think because I'm starting to get more in a right mental place because things are kind of going in a positive direction. So things do get better. They always get better. And I will take every small little shine of light that I can as they come. So, I mean, hopefully eventually then I'll start seeing I'll start seeing more results. Because yes, I still get dysphoric about stuff even as I'm getting a little bit chunkier with the way my body's trying to change. I definitely do want to see more and more results, but it does take time and you just got to be patient about it. But outside that, I feel it's kind of helped my confidence a little bit, which has been great. I also this is why I need to write note cards so I remember everything they talk about. I've I've gained a little bit more like facial hair, but not a whole lot. Mostly it's been in the little tufts down here, like a little patch here and then a little patch here on the other side of the chin, which I said I am shaving just due to work purposes and stuff like that. And I didn't want to look like some weird prepubescent 13-year-old boy with patchy weird shit facial hair. So if I'll just keep shaving that until it comes in more full, so that's something you probably won't notice in my videos for a while. Um, but I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about. Well, regardless, oh, that's right. I don't know if you could watch my last video, but I did have a photo shoot with my friend, like I said, for the FTM Magazine's calendar project, which went really well, which went absolutely fantastic well, and stop. Um, and she showed me a couple of the pictures already, and they look good. One is actually on her Instagram, on her professional page. But she said later this week that she'll have all the pictures at least done up that I want, so I can pick which one I'm going to try sending in. But that also is a really good confidence booster in a certain sense, because you can those pictures really definitely showed the changes more. Because before, like you're so used to looking in the mirror in a certain way that you just don't notice things, and not until certain angles in the way that you're photographed that it's cool. I can definitely say that much. Ah, um, why are you being a little bug? Stop. Um, but outside that, I have nothing really else to talk about. Maybe, like I said, week to week, you're not going to see major changes, but month to month, you're more likely going to. Um, like I said, my voice has dropped a good bit. Also, I'll say other physical changes. We'll see more as I continue filming, ideally. Um, and I guess that's about it for this week. I probably won't have anything special the next week except just small little updates here and there just to keep track of the process. But, for those, like I said, that are watching, thanks for hanging out to go through my journey with me. And I guess I'll see you guys next week.